So right here, I'm taking off the base of the tail, the print to the Savage Deviljho. I was pretty impressed with it. Had a little bit of lines, a little bit of stringing, but pretty good. Not too bad. Gotta clean up the little junk on the 3D printer. Line it up nicely. Yeah. Yep. Right. Yeah. There we go. Slippity slide. Okay. This one had a lot of stringing, so I gotta take off the clips, fill it off. Gotta be smarter than the 3D print. There we go. I'm just gonna set them back on the printer while I get these other ones off. It's a little stuck. And this one does not want to come off. Manpower. There we go. And, oh wait, there we go. Don't know why I put them on there. Clean off all the little junk. And we're good to go. Line it up. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to knock that one off there. Pretend like it didn't happen. This is the neck and the body. It's got a little bit of stringing as well. I got to change the retraction on it. I'm probably going to change the retraction speed to 80, make it a little bit longer. Here's the base. So I've sped these up to 7 times the speed that they were going at. I had to think about that. So as you can see, it's just time and layer after layer. This one took about 30 hours. And right here, I'm not actually sure what I'm printing. I think it's the lightning bolts. It is the lightning bolts. Had to look. And the mouth insertion piece. Okay, got everything off the printer. Gonna line it up, see what I need. As you can see on the right side there, the actual left leg broke in two when I took it off. So I'm gonna have to use my 3D pen later to fix it. Same with these lightning bolts. You can see I'm taking apart, cleaning them, cleaning all the pieces, making sure everything printed well, checking the broken pieces, seeing how I can realign them. So all the broken pieces, I go through and make sure that they're still good, don't need to re-3D print them. Here I'm taking the arm supports off, cleaning it up, making it look nice. They printed really well, I wasn't too worried about doing anything with them. This is the energy that comes from the mouth, kind of like the red glare, flowing fire thing. Printed really nicely, really satisfied with that one as well. Got a lot of debris on it. You can see I'm making a little mess. And what I didn't show you there is me doing that just to the other parts that are basically duplicates from the symmetry of the figure. Right now I'm going to use the 3D pen and actually make it so that these parts go back together. What's really cool is if you 3D print things, you definitely need a 3D pen. It makes it so much easier. Like, I just literally push it to it, put a little bit of the, this is an ABS 3D printer pen, but I use PLA, it doesn't matter. Heat it up, put it on the parts, and you're good to go. You just push them together. And then as you see here, this part was really destroyed. All the little pieces are on the left side above that brush. And I decided to go ahead and just, you know, sculpt out of the 3D pen my own parts to this piece. It'd be a lot easier than putting all those together. Well, I don't know about easier, but I wasn't about to sit there and do it. I was gonna create my own, so that's what I ended up doing, is just creating my own parts to the lightning energy. Lightning. I don't know how to say it. It looks pretty basic, but I'll go ahead and change that later on. I'll go in there and heat it up and bend it and mold it the way I want it. Making it thicker. So you can see I ran out of filaments. I went ahead and switched to this gold filament. And I just used my excess from my 3D prints and my enders, because the enders don't have the run out sensor for filament. So it's nice to just keep all the excess so you can use it for this. Here's the broken piece. So what I actually did is I hot glued it, and then I went ahead and went back with the 3D pen and filled in all the pieces on it. Right now I'm looking to make sure it's okay. Then you can see I actually go and use the pen, but my hair's in the way, to fill in those gaps. Man, that is a horrible fro. Don't worry, I got rid of it. I'm cleaning up now to fill in for the 3D print, and that's really important. You got to make sure it looks smooth. You got to make the texture look similar or it doesn't work. And here I'm just filling it in as well, making it stronger. I actually had the 3D pen extrude quite a bit into that piece to make it a little bit more solid, because that was a connection piece for the leg into the body. That's the toe. And what happened with that piece is when I took it off the printer bed, I actually was holding it by just the spikes and it ripped off the other piece to it. So that's why the foot came in so many parts. This is the eye energy. I was actually retarded with this one. I tried to glue the tiny little piece back, or not glue, but 3D pen it together. You can see it right there in the center. It didn't work. So what I did is I ended up just taking the pen, pushing it to it, extruding and pulling and making a string, and then ripping it off and made it have a cool little texture feel to it, like smoke. Now I'm cleaning up the parts. I use a Dremel, a simple Dremel from Dremel. I use a Dremel from Home Depot, and I bought the extra part kit that goes and the extension arm, so it's like a snake arm for it. Makes things so simple whenever you're going back and cleaning up parts. You can maneuver it however you want. It's not big and bulky, and it's not expensive. Right now I'm seeing how everything fits together. Really important, wear your eye protective gear whenever you do this stuff. I don't always wear it, and I should. I always get stuff flying in my eye. But you see how simple this is. You literally turn it on. I use a polishing brush. You're not supposed to use it for this, but I do, because it can actually melt the plastic a little bit because it gets so hot with the friction, and it makes it easier to smooth everything out. Just going back and clearing things up. I actually found right here that the thigh didn't connect properly to the body, and it's because one of the spikes, even though I had blended in ZBrush, it didn't fit. So I had to go and just chop it off, and then I had to sculpt my own spike there with the 3D pen. It doesn't look good on the 3D model right there with the 3D print without paint, but in the later video, the next video, you'll see with the 3D piece painted. Wow, that's a tongue twister. You can't even tell it's there. It looks amazing, absolutely great. And that's me pointing it out, you know, really fast, 7 times speed. Testing all the parts, making sure they fit one by one. They look good. Then this is where I went wrong, completely wrong. I have never done this before, and I decided to try it out. I went ahead and used Ticky Tack. Sticky Tack or Ticky Tack, whatever you want to call it. The blue stuff, see it right there? And I was like, this would be great. I can just put it in. The parts will hold together. I can take photos, make sure it's where I want, and then I can glue everything together. Well, Ticky Tack is a horrible idea. One, it's really bulky. It's super thick. It's hard to move. And it doesn't, it's like gum. It pulls apart slowly over time, and it sags. Dumb idea. I should have gone ahead and just glued the parts together. I already test fitted them. I knew they worked, but I didn't do that. And I don't know why I didn't do that. It was really dumb of me. So you can see me here, putting the Ticky Tack on every part. This literally took me half an hour, if not 45 minutes to do. And then the worst part was coming up. This is really cool. The head made the whole piece come together. You can kind of see that's a foreshadowing of how horrible it was, how stringy that was taking it off. Just wait, it gets worse. I should have known right then and there that this was when I effed up. See how it just sags? Look at that tail. Put the element on there, the other element on there. And this is where it got rough. The Ticky Tack was so thick that the parts are meant to fit perfectly. So if it's not a perfectly flush piece on there onto the model, it's not going to fit. And that smoke section wouldn't fit. So I had to literally force the Ticky Tack down, get in the fit, put the other energy, smoke things from his eyes on there, and we were good. But look at how saggy it is. Oh, it made me so mad. Figure out where these freaking lightning energies go. I kind of just played around, just put them wherever I wanted for now. I didn't really have a set position for them. I knew where they go, but because I was just test fitting everything, I didn't care. Sweet. This is me playing with the different parts, making sure it works. Looks good. Don't worry, that energy got changed a lot. Cool. Put it back. And that's how it looked. Not too shabby, right? Well, the shitstorm is about to follow. You can already see this ticky tack on the towel drooping. Yeah, here it is. Every single piece, the ticky tack had to be taken off. Otherwise the parts wouldn't fit flush. And it was a nightmare. Do not use ticky tack to set your pieces. If they fit flushed, pushing them together, and they look clean doing it individually, go ahead and glue them. Just put them together, the parts you know that you need to paint. Because this was a nightmare. This took me 2 hours to get all the ticky tack off so that I could prime this beast. I was pissed. It was the biggest mistake I have yet to make with any piece that I've made. And I thought it was a great idea. Like everything, every horrible decision starts with, oh, this is a great idea, let's do it. So this was how I spent a majority of my morning when I had to do a lot of other stuff. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Just watching this is giving me nightmares. Yeah, I gave it the finger. Sweet. So now I'm cleaning up the parts, making them even more flush, just getting rid of the little tiny debris, and it's good. So then after I do, I put a little bit of glue on the inside, and I do the whole perimeter of glue. And what it allows it to happen is when you push it down, it flattens that hot glue. I use a special hot glue actually from Home Depot. It gets really hot and actually binds the pieces, and makes it so that the seams actually become solid. It's pretty cool. And then I just brushed off the piece like you saw to clean off the extra debris. Look at that. Look how tight and nice that is. Beautiful. You can see the seams now too because it's two different colors, but when the piece is painted, it's flawless. Oh, it's not flawless. There's a lot of flaws, but still. And you can see there I even chopped off more than I needed to. I chopped off quite a bit because it had the ticky tack residue. So I was just like, screw it, I'm just take it off. Me making sure it fits. See, there's even ticky tack in that little holder piece. Oh my gosh. Now the tail is a pain in the butt. It had quite a bit of string and debris, and I ended up leaving some of the debris on there because when I painted it, I'm going to have a blood effect and a glow effect. So the debris on there will make it look more realistic. So I don't worry about that. And that's something that, take a note, imperfections make a perfect sculpture, if that makes sense. Whenever you have imperfections, it makes it look more realistic. You won't find anything in nature that is perfect. It's never symmetrical. It's got imperfections, and that's what you look for. Or not look for, that's what you want to have to make it good. See, there's ticky tack in there. Every single piece. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Very nice. Very nice. More ticky tack. Look, I even got the camera close and was like, look at all this stuff I missed. Oh, it was so frustrating. I almost reprinted this whole piece. If it wasn't such a big piece, I would have just started reprinting it instead of worrying about the ticky tack. It was such a waste of my time to go through and get all the ticky tack out. So you can see here, it's got quite a bit of leftover pieces on there for debris. So I just went in and cleaned it up. You don't need to get everything off because the glue will actually make a perfect form. But I wanted to get all the pieces that took away from the detail of the model. More ticky tack. Nice. Fits. Good. Let's put the glue in there. Oh, I was pointing out that there was ticky tack. Stupid ticky tack. Never do that again. Awesome. Good fit. That's a little blurry there. Sorry, guys. It's not your vision. It's me and the bad camera. Camera's not bad. The user's bad. This is the dragon element. Really excited about this piece. It's massive. It's literally the size of his body. Arms are perfect. You slide them into place on this model, and I love that. It's so convenient, and it gives you an opportunity to change their position a little bit. So I'm going to start using it a lot of my sculptures. This was me getting ready for the painting room. And was that a big fun mess? I actually went ahead, got it all set up. This worked. Almost broke his spike off there. I was kind of upset about that. Nice, looks good. Let's do this. Oh wait, we gotta get the other pieces. Hold on. Thumbs up. Doesn't know what's in store for him. Look back like I forgot something. Big dum-dum. All happy walking in there. No idea what's to come. This was the calm before the storm. There's diddly farting around, putting everything in there nice and neat. Weighs so much I say shake the whole building when I walk by the camera. If you notice a little distorted tilt there. Nice. Looks like I'm holding a bunch of garbage. I sped it up for you guys. Get everything ready. Turn on the exhaust fans in the ceiling. It's my painting room. There's all the parts. Never looks this nice when I paint. I just did this because I knew I was going to film it, so I set it up pretty well. Usually it's just one piece at a time. But you guys will have to wait for that the next video. Love you, bye!